What do you do when the man who disrespected your father's memory is the one your mother insists should walk you down the aisle? I stood in front of the mirror, my reflection blurred by the lace veil draped over my shoulders. The dress was perfectively flowing, everything I dreamed of since I was a girl. But my heart wasn't in it. Not today. Not when Mom's voice echoed in my head, cheerful and oblivious. "Honey, Greg's so excited to give you away." Greg, the man who'd spat on Dad's memorial plaque 2 years ago, as if my father's life meant nothing. Now, Mom expected me to smile and let him take Dad's place on my wedding day. Dad was my hero. A firefighter, he'd run into burning buildings without hesitation, saving lives until the day one took his. I was 16 when we lost him, and the pain carved a hole in me that never quite filled. His memorial service was sacred, a chance to honor the man who'd taught me to ride a bike, to stand up for myself, to love fiercely. Mom grieved too, but she moved on faster than I could. Barely a year later, Greg slithered into our lives. He was charming at first, all wide smiles and easy promises. But I saw through him the way his eyes lingered too long on Mom's wallet, the way he dismissed Dad's memory like it was a footnote. The day of the memorial, I watched him laugh during the speeches, then spit on the plaque as we left the cemetery. "He wasn't all that," Greg muttered when I confronted him, his voice dripping with disdain. Mom didn't see it. She called it a misunderstanding, said I was too sensitive. But I saw the truth. Greg resented Dad's shadow, and he'd do anything to erase it. Now, here I was, 24, staring at my wedding dress, my big day tainted by Mom's insistence that Greg be part of it. "He's family now, Ellie," she'd said last night, her voice soft but firm. "He's been there for us." There for us? He'd been there for her, maybe paying bills when she was too broken to work, holding her hand through her tears. But for me, he was a stranger who'd defiled the one thing I had left of Dad. I sank onto the edge of my bed, the veil slipping to the floor. My fiancé, Sam, knocked gently and stepped inside. His eyes, warm and steady, found mine. "You okay, Elle?" he asked, sitting beside me. I shook my head, the words spilling out Greg's disrespect, Mom's blindness, the ache of Dad's absence. Sam listened, his hand resting on mine, grounding me. "You don't have to do this," he said quietly. "It's your day, your choice." His words lit a spark in me. My choice. For years, I'd let Mom's happiness dictate mine, afraid to rock the boat. But this was different. This was about Dad, about loyalty, about what I owed myself. I stood, wiping my eyes, and made a decision. The next morning, I met Mom at the cafe where we used to go with Dad. The familiar smell of coffee and pancakes hit me like a wave of nostalgia. She smiled, but it faltered when she saw my expression. "Mom," I said, my voice steady despite the knot in my chest, "Greg's not walking me down the aisle." Her face fell, but I pressed on. What he did at Dad's memorial, it wasn't a mistake. It was cruel. I can't let him take Dad's place. She opened her mouth to protest, but I raised a hand. "I love you, Mom. I know Greg makes you happy. But this is about me, about honoring Dad. I need to do this my way." Tears welled in her eyes, but she nodded, her silence a small concession. For the first time, I felt like she heard me. The wedding day came, bright and crisp. I walked down the aisle alone, a single white rose in my hands, Dad's favorite flower. The crowd blurred before me, but I felt him there, his strength in every step. Sam's smile anchored me, his love a reminder that I wasn't alone, even without Dad by my side. At the reception, Mom pulled me aside, her eyes soft. "I'm proud of you," she whispered. I didn't understand before, but I do now. Greg stayed in the background, his presence a quiet shadow. Maybe he'd never change, but I had. I'd chosen to honor Dad's memory, to stand up for what mattered. And as I danced with Sam under the twinkling lights, I felt a weight lift. This was my day, my why, a tribute to the past and a promise for the future. In that moment, I knew, love doesn't erase pain, but it gives you the courage to face it. And sometimes, standing up for what's right means walking alone, but it's a walk worth taking.